And what I realized is you can change behaviors all day long. You can change whatever all day long. Let me say it again, all day long. But until you address what's underneath it, it's just going to be a constant vicious cycle. Hi, my name is Tara Fulkerson, and I am the founder of Rebuild from Within. I am a core pattern coach. I help ladies identify and unravel deep-rooted survival patterns. I'm also a cake lover, most importantly, an icing lover, or what you may call frosting. I love this stuff so much, and I do not get the stuff out of the tub. I get the icing off of an actual cake slice. And my favorite is birthday cake with the white icing, the sprinkles on top. I analyze which cake slice has the most frosting in between the layers. That's my jam. Why am I a cake icing lover? Is because I used to be an alcoholic. And in my beginning stages of sobriety, I realized, damn, this is some good stuff and it's doing it for me. Fast forward, one day my daughter comes downstairs on a Sunday, because Sunday was the day that I would have my cake icing. And my daughter looks down, she goes, Mom, you sure are eating lots of cake icing. And I got really irritated because one, she was messing me up during my cake icing time. And number two, I was kind of embarrassed. You know, the emotion didn't come up immediately, but I was embarrassed. My fists were clenched. She went back upstairs and I looked down. I went, son of a gun, damn it. I have another damn addiction, because the cake slice, without me even realizing it, was now the size of an actual birthday cake. Why? Because there was more damn frosting on it. And I enjoyed the process. And it was like, shit, this is like the process of making a drink at night. This is the process of taking a flour off here, a flour off here. Now, go through this layer. I was like, I can't believe I just did this. And what I realized is you can change behaviors all day long. You can change whatever all day long. Let me say it again, all day long. But until you address what's underneath it, it's just going to be a constant vicious cycle. That's all it is. And what was alcohol and cake icing for me? They are coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms is the way our body protects us. When we feel unsafe, overwhelmed, emotionally overcharged, our mind and body's like, dude, I don't like this. Stop now. And our coping mechanisms come in to protect us. And how does it look? It could look like shutting down, people pleasing, as our patterns do. It could be overdoing things, keeping busy. All of that are coping mechanisms. And being someone who has worked with so many women for so many years, which I am so grateful for, I have seen and heard all coping mechanisms, all of them. So if you're curious what I mean about patterns, please check out my other episodes. Leaving likes to dissociate. I'm out of here, right? That's a coping mechanism. The rigid keeps busy. They're not going to stop and do anything, especially when they're overwhelmed, emotionally upset. They're going to keep busy, start cleaning, start packing stuff, whatever. We have the aggressor who may start taking control and ordering things around and people to do things because they're overwhelmed and charged. It could be merging, people pleasing. And then the coping mechanisms could look like binge watching TV, mindlessly scrolling, overspending. It could be overeating. It could be smoking. It could be drinking. It could be over exercising. It could be nighttime snacking. All of these things are happening to protect you because you feel overwhelmed, unsafe, or emotionally charged. And you may not even recognize this. And a lot of the times, all these coping mechanisms are protecting us from fear, shame, guilt, sadness, loneliness. And then the one I always suffer with is embarrassment. And what's crazy is these coping mechanisms will help in that instant, right? That first drink, oh, I feel so much better. That first smoke, I just bought 10 dresses off of Amazon. Oh, I just got this closet cleaned as I ignored everyone downstairs in my family. Oh, I'm going to stay late to work tonight because I'm shutting down. All these things might happen. I mean, they may be okay in the beginning, but over time, they're keeping you dissociated. They're keeping you checked out. They're keeping you locked in a box and not living in the moment. And the coping mechanisms, what cracks me up about that as my brain's thinking as I'm talking here, is that what's fascinating is that the coping mechanisms help you in the beginning, right? But then so many of them make you feel the emotions you're actually trying to cover up. Because I have seen ladies come in and go, I ate last night. I got up at 2 in the morning and I had a slice of cake, or I had some bread, or I had some cereal. A woman will come in and go, I buy clothes and I return clothes. I buy clothes, I return clothes. So they do these things in that moment because it feels good, but then the coping mechanism actually causes them shame, guilt, fear, and embarrassment, and loneliness and sadness. So what I try and what I do with my clients is we get our head wrapped around what coping mechanisms do you think you may have? And how does it show up in your life? We automatically know the ones. Once we know their pattern, we know what coping mechanisms are using there for sure. And some may use more than others. But then if there's these other things like spending or over exercising or overeating or restricting eating, then those are things we also discover. And what I encourage and empower my ladies to do, as I have had to do myself, is when I go to do something as at the grocery store, wanting to get a cake this big versus a slice in moderation once a week, I get curious. What are you feeling? What is underneath this right now that I feel like I need to have this cigarette, or I need to go to the refrigerator and get some bread? What is, since I've already am full, what is underneath this? What do I need right now in this moment? And so it's that awareness and curiosity and really taking that home after our sessions and integrating it. And then my clients coming back and letting me know, well, what I felt was loneliness. I didn't know I was feeling lonely. Or what I felt was anger. And then we get to the root of where do you think the anger is coming from? And a lot of times there are beliefs behind all of this, right? Like no one notices me at work and I come home and I'm angry. I'm angry, Tara. No one notices me at work. No one asks about me. I didn't know that's what I was feeling when I went to, go outside around and smoke or whatever it is. It's during these moments of self-introspection, my clients are coming back going, oh shit, I'm feeling these emotions and I had no idea. Because once we label the emotions, we can bring the whole thing down a bit and use our prefrontal cortex and start going, okay, this is what's happening. Self-limiting beliefs start firing off. And we're like, okay, let's figure out what's happening there. Where did you get this belief from? How is this belief running your life? And then the most important thing with all of this is my clients starting to respond in their life versus react. So instead of shutting down, people pleasing, and escaping into their TV or their phone all night, they are having intimate conversations with their family members. They're having conversations with themselves. There's more peace in their relationships, more honest conversations. Most importantly, my clients learn to feel and be in their power. And what I mean by that is intentionally aware, intentionally present in their actions, thoughts, and behaviors. And the more they do it, they increase the capacity to hold the discomfort in those moments. It's saying, what do I feel right now? What do I need? And how can I give it to myself right now? That is power. And the most important thing too is the trickle effect, the ripple effect. That me changing my little behaviors and keeping myself present keeps me in the here and the now with myself and the people around me that I love. So if you're curious about your coping mechanisms, please message me. I offer a one-on-one in Zoom or in person where we can get to the bottom of your survival patterns and we can talk about your coping mechanisms.